Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're back with more emulating because you guys really wanted it. So hey, that's what I'm gonna be bringing you guys. It's the stuff you want. If you want something, you can get it if I'm able to give it. Don't know where I was going with that, but without further ado, let's just have a look at some of the players. So the first player we're gonna look at is Jenny Tull. This year he's missed a few games, but and his points per game has seemed to dip a bit. So let's see, he's average it's still 40 double doubles this season. So look, see if he's won much. An NBA champion. He was an All-Star this season, and he was in the third team All NBA. So overall, decent career, decent season for him. I mean, just after coming off an NBA champion, you wouldn't really. I don't know. If he had a bad season now, I don't think he would mind. Next player we're gonna look at has been at the Nets his entire career is Igor. I can never say his first name, but his points per game has really gone down since his this season's actually this season and last season has been the lowest points he has ever scored. Well, average anyway. It's been the lowest it has ever been in his career. 8-time All-Star, hasn't been an All-Star the past 2 seasons. Hasn't won anything in the past 2 seasons, so he is on his contract years, so maybe he'll think about moving. Next player we're going to look at is Home Slice. He's on a lot of money. So after winning an NBA championship, he hasn't really done much. He was an All-Star last season, but he hasn't really done much since then. I mean, I don't know. He's a weird one. Him and Federico have been quite decent together, and now I think age is just catching up to them, unfortunately. Next player we're going to look at is currently injured. It is Mark McLaughlin. He's injured his right leg. Anyway, injured, he's broken his leg. So after possibly a disappointing season last season, he's picked up in points this season after getting a few more minutes than he's got in most of his career. So let's see if he managed to get in double doubles. Managed to get a few triple doubles as well in his career. So look at those stats, man. They're just delicious. So he was an All-Star this season, and he did make the third team All-NBA, despite being injured. But if he is in the playoffs, unfortunately, he is going to miss it. Man, the Hawks are having a bad day. DeMarco Jackson, the player that moved from the 76ers and really picked up his career in his first season being traded from his former team, he was up for MVP. So although he hasn't really been looking that good, has he? 12 points per game. It's his first season, I think, averaging less than 10 rebounds, so it's not really looking too good for him, is it? He's still getting a few double-doubles here and there, so, maybe you can, after this injury, just, pick up where he left off for injury, because this injury has really not helped him. We now have Michael Rose, arguably the best player currently. So far in this save, he has only won one NBA. He has only won one championship. He's a 4-time MVP. He's a 10-time All-Star, being an All-Star this season after missing out last season. Was it down to injury? I can't tell. I think it was. I know it's the year everyone else came in. I don't know. He just didn't really do that well. But yeah, he's had a pretty good career so far. Hopefully he can pick it up, because I kind of need a ring. So, Michael, if you can pick it up, then I would really appreciate it. We now look at Turley Joystick. Hasn't really done much in the past couple of seasons, unfortunately. He does have a player option, so maybe he would think about moving from the Pacers. I think he's been there his entire career, has he? Yep, so far he's been there his entire career. This season hasn't really gone well for him. Looks like his career averages is the lowest it's been in a while. So hopefully if he does move, hopefully that can restart his career. The next player we're going to look at is Kane Ryan. He's always been a double-double machine despite not having the best ratings. He has got a few double-doubles over the course of his career. He managed to win any awards. He was a 2-time All-Star and a 2-time third-team All-NBA. Apart from that, hasn't really done much. Maybe injuries got to him. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's just injury. It's just a few injuries. First couple of seasons he was good, and then injuries just started to pile up. Unfortunately for him. Next player we're gonna look at is Mac Nelson. Definitely not been his best year this year, averaging less than 10 assists despite having over 10 assists a game in the past 5 seasons. I don't know where his points have gone. I mean, he has played a few less minutes, but still. After getting 24 points last season, I don't know. It's a bit of a dip. But he was an all-star last season, but apart from that, hasn't really achieved much this season. Who knows, if he's in the playoffs, maybe he can do something there. Next player we're going to look at is currently injured. It seems to be the theme currently in this season. It is Blue Dude. Let's have a look how he has done this season despite being injured. To be fair, he has played every single game this season. It's just he's bruised his hip, unfortunately. Averaging basically what he averaged his entire career. Let's just have a look. 35 double-doubles. Hasn't won anything in the past couple of years, so hopefully this injury isn't too big of a dent in his career. Next player we're going to look at is C. Peel. Hasn't won anything in his entire career, unfortunately. And his career high in points is 29, so that kind of tells you how his career has gone. He's been at Brooklyn his entire career, though, so he hasn't moved just to win a ring. So, fair enough to him. His career hasn't really gone how it was planned, though, was it? We now have Aaron Schultz, who, since moving to the Pelicans from the Hornets, hasn't really. I don't know. He seems to be about the same. Has he won anything while playing in New Orleans? Nope, still yet to win anything in there. But yeah, hopefully he can pick it up and finally get that ring that he's wanted. We now look at John Brand, who he spent his entire career at San Antonio, and now he's playing for the Dallas Mavericks, I believe on a minimum contract. Yes, that's what it is. Has he won anything? He's yet to win anything, which is really unfortunate. But despite being the 30th pick, he has lasted longer than a few of the players, so fair play to him. Next player we're going to look at is Matthew Anderson. And despite being, he wasn't watched in his entire career, they've replaced him with another Anderson. So, it's kind of funny. So he's currently now in Los Angeles. Hasn't really done that well, despite having its previous 4 seasons doing very well. Yeah, just currently in LA. Hasn't really worked out for him. Didn't really work out for him in Washington. So he's there for 4 years though. So maybe he can finally do something in Los Angeles. Next player we're going to look at is Killian Gelabale, who has tore his ACL. So he's probably been out a while. When's his last game? March. So, and he will not sign an extension. So maybe he's thinking about moving. It's all up in the air at the moment. He is still yet to win an award. So maybe a move would be the best thing for him. We now look at arguably the best small forward currently. It is Edwin Taylor, 9-time All-Star. And he was also the most improved player. Still on a 4-year deal with the Knicks. Let's have a look how he's been doing. Averaging about the same, to be honest. Although if you're gonna put all his seasons up against in a column, this has probably been one of his better seasons. We now look at Derek Jeter, who after Michael Rose left the Phoenix, he hasn't really turned into the best player that he could have been. He is still a decent player, don't get me wrong, and he has won a championship. But since Michael Rose left, you kind of hoped that he would turn into that great player, but unfortunately not. We're now like Federico Nizzoli, who unfortunately is going below 10 points per game and 8 rebounds per game. It's just age, just catching up to most of these players now, unfortunately. I mean, look at the stats. They're just ugly. But he isn't a champion. He was a Defensive Player of the Year 4 times. So, I mean, his career has gone decently, I guess. Next player we're gonna look at is Alex O, who in the past 2 seasons, yet to get on the first team all defense. He has been on the second all team defense the past 2 seasons. You know, he could maybe bump it up a bit just to get onto there, but I mean, his salary is 35 million, so I guess you could see where the money's coming from, even though he's not really scoring many points. He has posted a triple-double, though, so fair play to him. I believe he's been in Sacramento his entire career, has he? Yes, he has, so hasn't really been known for scoring his points, but he definitely is great on the defensive side. Next player we're going to look at really hasn't turned into the player that he had wanted to. He has hopped about a bit. It is Anthony Day. Still yet to win a championship. Been with multiple teams. And just hasn't really worked out for him. So maybe he might retire this season. Who knows? Next player we're going to look at is Humongous. Has been at Dallas his entire career, I believe. Let's have a look. Yep, pretty much is. Has he won anything in the past 2 seasons? He's yet to win anything at all. He is on his contract year, so maybe he'll move. Just hasn't really worked out for him, has it? I mean, he's been a decent player, so I mean, he'll definitely be up there in rebounds, hopefully, almost on 10,000. So yeah, he's hasn't really been the best center that he could have been, unfortunately. Next player we're gonna look at, it also plays for the San Antonio Spurs after being in Milwaukee. It's Brandon Birch, who seems to be the double-double machine at the moment, even though he's, you know, hasn't really done that many, but his averages suggest otherwise. Not Diamond, Hall of Fame limitless range, and that's just crazy. He has been an all-star the past season, and in the last season, he was in the 3rd team All-NBA, so yeah, his career seems to have picked up in the later parts of his career since moving to San Antonio, actually. So fair play to him. Next player we're going to look at is Mitch B, who has been injured for basically half of the season. 16 points, 11 rebounds. I mean, double-doubles. Not 31 double-doubles in 57 games. It's not 47, actually. It's not terrible. It's pretty decent, actually. So he was an all-star last season. Obviously, couldn't really build upon it being injured, but next season, hopefully, is a different story. Now we're going to look at arguably the best player so far. It is Toby Moore. 11 times in a row he has been an all-star, and he's just been amazing for the Heat. I really want him to win a championship because boy, does he deserve it. So yeah, I really hope that he does win a ring at some point because he really does deserve it. I'm really surprised he hasn't won Defensive Player of the Year or been on any defensive team. I'm really surprised by that, just because the amount of rebounds he's able to get. Next player we're gonna look at is Yao Ming Jr. He's moved about a bit, hasn't he? 2 years in Milwaukee, now he's at Philly. So still yet to win an award. What's he averaged this season? 11 points and 9 rebounds. It's not really what you want, is it? Hopefully he can pick it up and be a little bit better. Next player we're going to look at is Logan Reinhart. Still averaging that 20 points per game for Boston. I mean, he's a decent player, to be fair. I mean, 20 seems to be his just magic number. Has he won any awards? He was an NBA champion and a 2-time All-Star, so I don't think he'd be complaining too much if his career starts to go downhill just a little bit. Next player we're going to look at is PJ Taylor, who may have been injured in this so far. Nope. He's only played 38 games this season, and he has averaged decent numbers. So I say decent. They're okay. I mean, he has been in Boston his entire career, so maybe, I mean, for that money, to only play 38 games, that's quite impressive. Next player we're looking at is Shane Payne on hasn't really played that many games, has he? 18 games he has played, which is quite unfortunate. I think he has won a championship, actually, so yeah, he has won a championship, so fair play to him winning a championship with Portland, so can't really go wrong, can't really complain. Next player we're going to look at is also from Portland, currently averaging 20 points and 10 rebounds. Hasn't really played every single game that he's wanted to play. 28 double-doubles, 70 double-doubles, it's just crazy. But he has won a championship. No, he's won 3 in a row, Ben Kingpin has, and he was also MVP in one of those. Arguably could have gotten an All-Star this season, but obviously injuries kind of delayed him of that. So yeah, that is it for. We'll just sim the playoffs, and we'll just see who comes away with the NBA championship. There's the Clippers. Where did the Heat? All right, the Heat didn't even place. So JJ almost getting it. McLaughlin almost getting it. I thought he already had one, but I guess not. And DeMarco almost getting it as well. He's become so close to so many awards, but did kind of choke in Game 7, unfortunately. So that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to drop a like. Helps out a lot. If you're new, be sure to subscribe. See you guys all later. Take care. Peace.